My name is Lourdes.
I am Bauri Devi.
My name is Fatima.
I am Maida.
My name is Sofia.
Fatuma Muzo.
My name is Manenewe.
My name is Lakshmi. My name is Dia.
My name is Marie Martin.
My name is Juliet.
I am
I a
force of nature.
I am a force of nature.
I am a force of nature.
I'm a force of nature.
I am a force of nature.
And I am a force of nature.
So how great was that? Welcome to Ripple's Livecast, where we celebrate girls globally. You know, you are forces of nature. And that's why the world is, in fact, getting better. There are more girls in school, there's less poverty, and do you know that 70% of the healthcare workers are women? So we believe that girls and women are the best investment we can make in our shared future.
Every year, the Ripple community comes together to celebrate International Day of the Girl. And this year, we're focused on STEAM education for girls everywhere. Girls just like you. We've brought together some extraordinary women to share their own unique perspectives. While each of their stories is very different, they are united in a shared experience of being told no, but doing it anyway.
5, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and the final liftoff of Discovery. A tribute to the dedication, hard work,
in the year 2000, maybe some time before you all were born, I was selected as a NASA astronaut. If I look at my own story, I never would have had these opportunities if I didn't just pick up the pen and fill out the application. But for me, it was a really, really difficult thing to do. I had always thought, wow, that's something only other special people get to do. So why would they ever pick me? I think it's really incredible how much control we do have over things for ourselves, because we have a tendency to self-doubt and to let you know that there are things you have total control of. Do them, pick up the pen, and it is amazing the kind of opportunities that can open up for you. Before you fly in space, as an astronaut, you're getting prepared to fly all the technical stuff, right? You want to make sure you have your checklists and that you're not going to be the one that screws something up, while you're there. But also, we get to take a little bit of ourselves with us. We get this big toiletry kit kind of carry-on bag, of personal items. And there was enough room for me to bring this little watercolor kit and for me to be able to experience something I enjoy on Earth in space as well. So watercolors, while I wasn't the most talented and still am not the most talented watercolor artist, it just seemed like the most obvious and easiest thing to bring. And I discovered that when I would take the brush to this little floating ball of water, right before I would get the tip of the brush into the water, it's like the water wanted to move onto the end of the brush. And then I would watch this floating ball of water on the end of the brush and take it down to the paints, and the paint wanted the water before I got the brush to it. And then, it was just this really weird experience that then became kind of the normal way to paint. Personally, very much a highlight of my space flight. And I think it allows me to kind of bring this personal connection back to Earth in the way that I can share the experience with others too. They can perhaps gain a greater appreciation of how special, this spaceship Earth is that we have. So the spacesuit that's behind me is one of 5 art spacesuits that have been created by children in pediatric cancer centers and other hospitals and refugee centers around the world. In the simplest sense, I guess it's space-themed art therapy, which is what we're doing. But it's so cool to me to see how, the inspiration of space exploration can come together with art and can encourage these children, and it can lift them up and they sit up straighter and they're painting. It's like they're transcending this place in the hospital, and they're able through space to think about their future. Probably the most amazing thing I've ever done, I have to say, is working with these kids. And I honestly believe that I had the opportunity to fly in space so that I could bring that back to Earth and, work on this as my next mission. Find the thing that we're curious about, that we want to learn more about. But in the end, to really discover those things, it takes us putting ourselves out there. We have to be the ones that make the choices that allow us to be in those places where the opportunities can come alive. Especially for young women, speaking to you as young girls who are like looking forward to your future. First of all, pick up the pen. It's key. It really is having that belief in yourself and knowing that the rocket ship does not care if you're a boy or girl. Do not let these false limitations that are put on us from somebody else guide the choices that you make. And I can tell you, flying in space, the 3 simple lessons I learned were that we live on a planet. We're all Earthlings, and the only border that matters is that thin blue line of atmosphere that blankets and protects us all. I think those 3 things are the best way for us to understand our role as crewmates here on Spaceship Earth. So don't be a passenger. I'm Nicole Stott, and I am a force of nature.
I am from an indigenous nomadic pastoralist communities from Chad. My peoples live from one place to another one to find water and pastures. We are following the rains around Sahel regions. There is no electricity, hospitals, clean water to drink, or school. I got so lucky because my mother sent me and my sister to school, fighting her own communities and my father's community. When I was at the school, I got marginalized by the other kids because I'm coming from a rural areas, from an indigenous nomadic communities. But I fight for the other girls' rights. And I understood I can't fight for the human rights without fighting for the environment rights in my communities that depend from the nature.
To the lectern Hindu Umaru Ibrahim from
But
Chad.
it's helped me to build a bridge between the international level where they talk and decide on our behalf on climate change, on environments, and my peoples who are left behind.
Climate change is adding poverty to poverty every day. We want you to act. Now is time to bring a concrete change to the people.
It's helped me to work with the broader world indigenous peoples around all the 7 socio-cultural regions. We work together on our land rights. It's helped us to get the 5 references into Paris agreements, whose unique recognizing our traditional knowledge as the solution to the climate change. For me, science, technology must serve peoples by building the resilience, restoring our earth, and helping the peoples and the nature to live in harmony. Education, it's the key for rights, for justice, fighting inequality, and fighting the marginalizations. Recognize the voices of women and girls. And I think it's helped me to fight for the voice of my peoples who was left behind in many decisions. My name is Hindu Umaru Ibrahim. I am the force of the nature.
I'm so lucky to get to do the kind of work that I do. And I didn't expect this. I think a lot of girls growing up don't imagine the kinds of interesting things that they might be able to do. In the little town where I grew up, everybody I knew was a farmer or a farmer's wife. And we girls were taught to behave, to follow the rules, and not to try to stand out in any way. People always told me, don't think of yourself, think of others. And I tried to do that. And I liked where I lived. I liked a lot of things about it, especially the woods and the fields behind my house where I could run around all the time and look at bugs and trees and snakes. And I was so curious about every kind of life. And I always wanted to know more. And I also wanted to know about people. People in other parts of the world. What were they like? And the way I found out was by reading books. I read everything I could get my hands on because books made my world bigger. I thought writers must be another category of human being. They would have to know so much to write a book. I thought they must be superheroes or forces of nature. So I just read books and read and read and read. And I also started writing, but I did it kind of secretly because if I told people that I wanted to be a writer, that felt like showing off. I was not a superhero. I was a regular, ordinary person. Where I grew up, it was not cool to like school. It was especially not cool for a girl to be smart. And you know what? Hearing that just made me mad. It made me want to study more and go to college. Even though none of my friends were doing that, I found a way to do that. I got to be in classrooms where I could ask questions and work hard to find answers and meet other people, especially other girls who were proud to be smart and to like learning. I also found out that the more you know, the more you have to worry about. And I started worrying about big things like species going extinct, like climate change. And I wanted other people to think about those things too, because then we could find solutions and we could make the world better. And it dawned on me then that being a writer would not be showing off. It would be my way of being useful. If I could take some of these important things that I'd learned, and I mean, really important things like about biology and climate change and people in other parts of the world and how we are kind or not kind to each other. If I could take things like that and put them into a story that made people laugh and cry and think, then that would be amazing. So that's what I do. I write books. Being a writer is a lot of work. I sit at my desk over here every day for long hours doing research, mapping out storylines, and mostly writing sentences over and over and over again to try to get them perfect. To try to say something really important in a way that will get inside people's hearts. Being a writer is a kind of superpower. I'm just a person, but I can talk to people all over the world to encourage them and enlighten them and give them hope. And because books last forever, I can even talk to people in the future who haven't been born yet. What a surprise. I'm Barbara Kingsolver, and I am a force of nature.
Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons.
When I was 15, I would go to a lot of events and a few STEM-related clubs, and I realized I didn't see girls or people that looked like me. And so that was a little discouraging, and that's what led me to actually writing my children's book, Sasha Savvy Loves the Code. I wrote this to inspire and encourage girls, to show them that they can do whatever they want and dream big. I had to get agents to publish the book, and I received tons of rejections time after time. And so I came up with the idea to use Kickstarter to publish this book.
Hi, my name is Sasha Ariel, and I'm the teen author of the book, Sasha Tech Savvy Loves to Code.
And surprisingly, I was able to raise $18,000. And that really showed me, again, that you shouldn't give up and you should continue on with whatever your dream or whatever your goal is. But I didn't stop there. I went on to continue my coursework at Pace University with a major in information systems, and also travel across the country while I was in school. Because I received so much positive feedback from girls, educators, and different companies, I decided to publish Sasha Savvy Starts It Up. And this actually focuses not only on STEM, but entrepreneurship as well. I wrote both books to inspire girls to be confident, creative thinkers, and problem solvers, all while having fun. Fostering this mindset is everything, and providing a space where girls can demonstrate their greatness and grow is a must. My name is Sasha Ariel Alston, and I'm a force of nature.
Hi, I'm Dr. Maria Mayer. I'm a primatologist, National Geographic Explorer, TV host, and author of my memoir, Pink Boots and a Machete. Now, I'm often called the female Indiana Jones, and I've had an amazing career as a wildlife correspondent, reporting on endangered animals and wild places, even discovering a brand new species to science. Now, I took a very unlikely journey into the field of science. I grew up in Miami, a big city with little opportunity to explore nature. I also wasn't terribly good at math. I grew up as a very girly girl, and I'm the only daughter of Cuban immigrants. My first language is Spanish, and I didn't travel very much when I was a kid. My family was really overprotective. So when I asked my mom if I could join the Girl Scouts, she said, absolutely not, that is way too dangerous. My family definitely thought I'd be following a more traditional career path, like a nurse or a teacher. So when I decided to go on my very first expedition to an incredibly remote and unexplored region in South America, not only did I not have a passport, I had never even been camping. Now fast forward to today, and I've been exploring wild places all throughout Africa, South America, Madagascar, studying animals that are on the verge of extinction and that we know very little about. There have been a lot of challenges being a woman, particularly one who likes fashion and pink boots in a very male-dominated field. Did I mention that I was also a former NFL cheerleader for the Miami Dolphins? Sometimes people don't think that grit and glamour can coexist, but I'm here to tell you that anything is possible if your heart is in it. Not only do I get to explore these incredible places, I have this amazing platform in the media to share my passion and the plight of these animals as a TV correspondent that I hope encourages girls and women to follow their dreams no matter how unlikely they may seem. I'm also now leading an exciting new science communications initiative at Florida International University in hopes that more scientists, especially women, will share their stories and become role models for girls just like you. For women, combining work and family can be especially difficult. As a mother of 6 children, yes 6, 5 of them girls, I'm especially committed to making sure that young women know they can do anything, including having a career they are passionate about and a family. It's a real balancing act, but it's completely possible. And now I'm lucky enough to share on many of my adventures with my kids, so they too can learn to love and appreciate and respect nature and become great caretakers of our planet. If you take anything from this, let it be that you can be anything that you dream and be the change you want to see in the world. Don't ever take no for an answer.
I'm Maria Mayer, and I'm a force of nature.
In honor of the mind-blowing work that girls are doing everywhere in their communities, we are thrilled to announce the annual Ripple Forces of Nature Award. This award will be given annually to a girl who's making a real difference in her community. She will receive mentoring, promotion, and support for her ongoing work. We will begin taking nominations in January. I'm Annie Griffiths, and I'm a force of nature.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you want to find out more about Ripple's work, shining the light on solutions empowering women and girls, please check out our website. Our work is only possible thanks to our generous donors, so please support us if you can. I'm Liz Bloomfield, and I'm a force of nature.